talk plain. If Simon doesn't like what I say, we can always press delete. All right, the surgeon just says that you don't like your life very much.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. All right, so let's put it into
Majority
perspective.
of times, not no.
No, you don't, because you feel like you're suffering.
Yes.
Yeah, and you feel
every
like
day.
you don't deserve to suffer. You don't know what you've done wrong. All right. Now, I work with this a lot in terms of anybody that's got cancer, that they always get stuck on this why, but why, but why. And you'll get stuck. You won't get an answer. It's not linear, guys. It could be, you know, it could be a little bit of a gene, it could be a little bit of a toxin you've been exposed to, it can be stress, it can be an unhappy marriage, it can be lots of different things that just mean that you manifested that condition. So it's not just one thing, yeah. Now what the surgeon's wanting to explain is that sometimes people get confused between their life and their life situation. So all of you have a life situation and it's temporary. So where you live, who lives in that house with you, how much money you've got, where you're going to work, that is your temporary life situation. And then we have your life, who you are. And I'm looking at you and most of you haven't got a fucking clue. Who you are.
10 off.
We'll have to make that one. We'll have to make that one. Right. Why don't you know who you are? Because you've tried to find yourselves in here intellectually. You've got a whole educational system that has led you to believe that if you just study a bit harder, if you just run a bit harder on that wheel, you'll get somewhere, be something. And you're running away from you, because you is in here. And you need time to just be with you and connect with you. And when you do that, and the closest you come to it is when you're on your holidays. Don't you love your holidays? Yeah? And this is one of the reasons you love your holidays, because you're away from all that, and there might be in there just a moment or two where you're lying on a beach, you're having a glass of wine, whatever, and you're just letting you be you, and you start to connect with you. And when you connect with you, you will find that you are what you've been looking for. Yeah? You truly are. So you need to learn to meditate. Now when I say to you, learn to meditate, most people either look at the ground and think, oh God, really? Most people don't get excited about this. I didn't get excited about meditation. But having found what I found in here, that's what enables me to do what I do. I found, for want of better words, the kingdom of heaven in here. And you all want what I have. But I can't give it you because it's not mine to give. It's not a thing, is it? It's a state of consciousness. But you can find it within you. And that's what I hope my videos do, is encourage people to really be open-minded about what is possible. So on the one hand, what you don't like is your life situation, the pain, the aches and pains, yeah? But you, that part of you that gets frustrated with this, that's the part you've got to tune into more.
Okay.
All right, okay. Now the good news is we are going to take away all the pain tonight.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's going to be all right, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Right. So, this is a very interesting little question for you guys, which is, what is pain? I'm going to leave it to you to give me some answers. What is pain? We know what a chair is, we know what a table is, a glass is, we know what water is or a shoe is, but what is pain? Can you put pain in a cup? No. Can you weigh it? What colour is it? So pain isn't a thing in terms of, like, it's not a three-dimensional thing, is it, pain? So what is pain?
Energy.
It's an energy. What kind of energy?
Blockage.
It could be a block of energy.
How you percept it to be.
Is that again?
How your perception of it.
It can be your perception of it. So if there's an energy you don't want to feel, like, I'll give you an example. I was woken up. I was woken up in the dead of night. There's a whole story to it. I'll miss most of the story. I was woken up in the dead of night, and I felt afraid. And as I sat in bed afraid, wondering what to do, because there were voices downstairs, and there shouldn't be anybody downstairs, long story, which we won't go into, a voice said to me, is that fear or is it excitement? If you're on a roller coaster right now, that will be excitement. We label some of the energies that we feel. And what if you have wrongly labelled some energies? Yeah? Yeah, you might have wrongly labelled, because what you're calling fear, somebody else might not call fear. What you call nervousness, they might call excitement.
It's the same feeling, nervousness and excitement.
Can be, can't it? Yeah. So if you relabel it, do you then have a different experience of reality? There's a nice little clip of a lady at one of my Chester shows where we reframed her fear and called it excitement. And she all of a sudden realised, wow, yes. Now, Simon, what's happening for you? Because my arm's starting to get tired.
My head feels like it wants to go back.
Right, so let your head go back. That's it. Now, I wave my arms around a lot, okay? And my arms don't get tired. So my left arm getting tired means that I'm taking the tiredness out of Simon. Because he's got two issues. He's got the tiredness, but he's also got the pain. What's happening for you at the moment?
I don't know. I don't know. This feels so strange.
Yeah, cool. God, he's going to feel a lot better after this.
Oh, Jesus.
If he doesn't, I'll be putting in a complaint. All right, so that you saw there is a particular guide that will help get energy out of a person that shouldn't be in them. How's that feeling?
I can't lift my head up.
Yeah, that's all right.
I could just feel everything like sort of just draining away.
Yeah.
Right from up top here all the way down to my legs and down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're feeling like your head's going to go back again? How's it
It's
feeling?
feeling like that, yeah.
Everyone, like, trust that, trust that, trust it. These beings that I work with, I've worked with them now for 25 years, they are extraordinary. They're non-physical beings, and there's different ones that will come through based on what the person needs. They're absolutely beings of love that are working in accordance with God's will. Whatever your beliefs are, doesn't matter if you're an atheist, most people recognise that there must be some kind of higher power that's created this earth. And the sun, I mean, if you think about, you know, the sun in our sky and how much light it emits, it supports life. If there was no sun, there'd be no life on earth. So the sun is the physical manifestation of probably the most advanced spiritual being here, I would say. And the ancient civilizations used to worship the sun, because it's the giver of all life, isn't it? So the sun is a physical manifestation of something. The next time you're in the sun, just observe. It's not just about warmth. In my experience, the sun loves us as well. I feel love comes into my body from the sun. It's not just warmth. So if you think about how many years you've lived on the earth and think about how much time you've spent going in here, finding out who you are. For most of us, relative to how many years we've spent here, it's nothing. We've been distracted by that world out there. We've been told a lie about if we do this, then we'll get that, and then we'll feel however. But the truth is, everything you're looking for is in here. Everything you're looking for is in here. And the beautiful thing is this, in my direct experience of reality, is having found this, then everything else gets added to you. In the Bible, it's referred to as find ye first the kingdom of heaven, and then unto ye all else will be added, or words to that effect. But if you try and get good feelings by doing things out there in the world, you'll find you're disappointed, left unfulfilled. Just spend time finding you. Yeah, how's that feeling?
Can't let me head up.
Yeah.
It's wanting me to push back.
That's all right. So let your leg push back, let it go back as far as it needs to, and open your mouth if it starts to pain. That's it. God bless. Now, the spine. So you've got 7 chakras. Chakras are vortexes of energy that go from the crown right the way to the base chakra. We also have chakras in our feet, and so for us to be healthy and vital, earth energy needs to come up through the feet chakra, come up the spine, and then spiritual energy needs to come down through the crown. Now, a few years ago, I was working on a young girl that had an 8-centimetre tumour in her chest, and my guides told me I must photograph that session, so I did. Andrew photographed it for me. I was also told that the girl's mother had to be in attendance at the session. And as the girl laid on the table, Andrew took photographs, and the girl became completely better. And that was evidenced by a CT scan in Australia. We had to really fight to get her a scan because they wanted to give her radiotherapy, and that would have taken away her ability to have children, and she was only 16, 17, 18, that kind of age, and she's gone on now to have 3 children. She's perfectly well and healthy. Now, immediately looking at those photographs, I was so disappointed because I couldn't see a thing, not a thing. I was expecting a big beam of light or Jesus or, something significant, and there was nothing. And about 6 years later, they said, go look at your photographs again. So I went to look at my photographs again, and on the top of my head, coming out of my head, was golden light. Never seen it before. And so I asked, what is that? And they just said Pentecost. So I got the Bible out and I looked for Pentecost. And the Pentecost was the time where the Holy Spirit descended on Jesus' disciples and tongues of fire were visible out their head. And I've got a photograph of a tongue of fire. All right, so there's a lot of stuff in our Bible that is right. But our Bible has also been used, religion has been used to control us as well for two. You've got to navigate to find what's true. Like angels are real, so are fairies, by the way. That's enough to get me on Facebook, isn't it? But I have seen a photograph, a genuine photograph of a fairy. How's that feeling, Simon?
I can't get my head up. I feel
No,
like
that's
I'm
all right.
just getting...
It's all right. Just stay there.
I
They'll
feel-
do what
I
they
can't
need to
move.
do. That's all right. I brought Simon along tonight. He'll get you back later.
Yeah, he can stay there.
Was he at all sceptical?
No,
really? No, sometimes, I'm not saying Simon's sceptical, but sometimes at my events, if somebody's sceptical, they will pull the cat out of the bag, just to show people that it's real, it's a real phenomenon. using sound just to clear the whole of the spinal column, because if we want energy, we've got to have that energy coming down, the energy coming up. The two energies form a caduceus in the spine. Now, Simon, if I say to you, and I say some words, I want you to just respond instinctively, say, just respond, okay? So if I say to you, you're here to be of service.
Here to be of service.
Yep. Now, if I say that to you, what's your response to that? Does that make sense? Does it feel like you're here to be of service?
Yes.
Yep. All right. Okay. So then the only question we have to say then to Spirit World is in what way? In what way can I be of service? And I might ask that every day, sometimes several times a day, of what way can I be of service in this situation? Yeah. We can all make ourselves instruments for the divine. Yeah. And when we do that, everybody benefits. Everybody benefits. Yeah. Sometimes our ego, we think we know what's best. And then we end up making martyrs of ourselves, and other people can take advantage of that, yeah? So you've really got to hand over to that higher power and be of service to that higher power for the greater good of everybody that includes you, yeah? Right, okay, just try moving your head forwards again. There will be a little bit of resistance, but you should be able to manage it. There we go.
Oh.
That was different, wasn't it?
Yes. Wow.
Never experienced anything like that before?
No.
Right, okay,
Never.
notice how you're feeling. Any pain anywhere?
No.
All right,
Honest.
walk around a little bit, yeah.
My legs just feel like, well, they were really like sort of heavy, really painful before, and they just sort of like. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
walk around a little bit for me, Simon, just to check that there's no pain anywhere.
No.
Hee hee.
No.
And I've just noticed your belt, so when I said you need to do